Hello everyone. In this video we are going to discuss the second problem of Codechef Starters 223. We'll go through the problem statement first. It is named as adding 1, 2, 3 to 4. So the problem is saying that there are X pieces of paper with 1 written on it, Y pieces of paper with 2 written on it, and Z pieces of paper with 3 written on it. We just want to pair up 2 pieces of paper such that the sum on each pair adds to 4. So we are asked how many such pairs can you make. Alright, so we'll go through some test cases to understand the question better. So let's consider the first input, which is X, that is 2, Y, that is 2, and Z equals 1. So if we represent it in the forms of 1, 2 and 3, we'll get that there are 2 1s, there are 2 2s, and there are only 1 3. So if we want to make a pair, remember pair has only 2 papers. So in this case, can we simply say that this is one pair directly? 2 and 2 can be added as one pair. Another pair could be 1 and 3 together. So can we say that 2 plus 2 is one pair, 1 plus 3 is another pair that we can get. Apart from this, if we look closely, what are the elements that we are left with? We are left with 1 and nothing else. So we cannot add 1 with any other number as there is nothing left. So for this particular question, so for this particular test case, the total number of pairs that we can generate is 2 pairs. Right? Now, what if the numbers are different? Let's assume that the value of X is 3, Y is 5, and Z is 3. So in terms of numbers, it will be as 1, 1, 1. In terms of 2, it will be 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. For 3, 3 3s. Okay. So firstly, we can say that, okay, as many number of 2s we have, we just have to take half of it, because obviously only 2 numbers can make a pair. If we cannot add 2 plus 1 plus 1, because that is not a pair, that is a trio. We only need 2 numbers, right? So in that case, 2 can only be used to form a pair with each other, and we'll be left with 1 2 here. In this case, we can say that we have one pair right here. Okay. Now next, what we can say, another pair could be 3 and 1. One more pair could be another 3, another 1, another could be 3 and 1. So in this case, can I say that there are 3 more pairs that I have? 1 2 3 is another pair, 1 3 another pair, and 1 and 3 another pair. And we always observe that no matter how many 2s we are given, it's always the half of it, because only the half of it can create a pair. If there are 6 2s here, if there is one more 2, then we will just say how many 2s are there. 6 2s divided by pair contains only 2 elements, so we'll get 3 pairs. In this case, we have just 5, so 5 by 2 we get 2 pairs from this Y. Apart from this, from X and Z, the minimum number that we have, that means if there are only 3 1s and 3 Zs, then the minimum is 3, so we can generate only 3 pairs at max. But what if we only go for X and Z for now? If the value of X becomes, let's say 6 and Z becomes 4, how many pairs can we create? In this case, we can create only 4 pairs. Why? Because if there are 6 1s, right, and there are only 4 3s, we can only generate pairs between the minimum number of whichever paper that has. What I mean is, if X has the least number of pairs, then only that many pairs we can create with sum equals to 4. In this case, we are left with 2 1s. We cannot do anything with that. So by very simply, we can say that if the number of whatever the number of Y is given, we just make it, we just divide it by 2. That is one part of it. Secondly, what we can do is the minimum between X and Z is another number of pairs. That's it. Thank you.